So do the birds actually need to be fed? Like, do they need food in the feeder more in the winter? I've always thought, oh my gosh, I got to make sure that I am feeding them during the winter because it seems like it's so much harder to get food in the winter. Is that right? I don't know.
Oh, it is right. It is much more difficult for these guys to find food in winter, especially insects, which one of their main diets of most birds are insects. And the berries are start depleting during the wintertime, so it's important to put things out for them in the wintertime. Do they eat more in the winter than the summer? They'll have to eat a little bit more because they have to maintain their body temperatures, which are much higher than ours, typically about 105 degrees. And it takes fuel to do that.
Suet is such a good thing to put out in the winter because it's so high in fat, right? And there's a different suet that you want to use in the winter and the summer. Did you touch on that? That we want the dewy in the summer?
Yes, suet is basically an animal fat blended with flours or cornmeal to produce an insect substitute for the birds. They used to hang out pure fat, but that turns rancid in sunlight. But the new version, which is called suet, is in cakes. There's a suet dough and a regular suet. The suet dough has more cornmeal in it or flour, which keeps it from melting so much in the hot sun. The regular one has a lot more fat content. You can use that in the wintertime, and it's not as hard. It's softer for the birds to peck out the fat and get it. And fat is an excellent energy source for the birds in the wintertime, but all year long they love their suet.
Yeah, they do. And it seems like that we can attract more woodpeckers with suet. Is that something that they just happen to really like? Is it good for woodpeckers?
It seems to be. They do like that. I suspect that they eat a lot of insects too. You see them drill. Part of the drilling you see on the side of your house and in trees is looking for grubs and things in that wood. And that's a suet is a very close substitute for something like that. It's soft and it has a high fat content. So woodpeckers love their suet for sure.